Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Misty at Skeeter Jones, and this is this week's things. I'm going to be bringing you things from the lot that I got from Stacy and at My Love of Jewelry, and I'll put her the name of her channel here. I'll put a link in the description of this video, and it was supposed to be a craft lot, I think. But everything in there, nearly everything in there, was just ready to go, just needed a little bit of cleaning. A few things needed extra cleaning and polishing, and everything just looks so nice. I can't wait to bring these things to you, and I'll go camera down and show you those things in just a minute. Just before I started filming, I got back from the post office and had some more friend mail waiting for me from a surprise sender. I am having to make myself wait before opening it, so I'm going to keep you in suspense too as to who it's from. And I will be, I have permission from the sender to open it on camera, so I'll possibly put that up for next week's things, just depending on what's in the box. I really don't know what it is, except that it's jewelry. And so I'll go more into that in the video for that unboxing, which again might be next week's things. If it's smaller, like too small to be a things video, then I'll upload it later this week and tell you more about it at that time. But also about this week, this is the last week to place your orders. If you do monthly shipping, or if you want to start monthly shipping, order as much as you want, and as long as it doesn't go over a pound, you're only going to pay shipping the one time. If you've already ordered this month, you've already paid your shipping for June, and all the packages for June will go out on the 27th and 28th. The last day to order and pay your invoice and have your items included in your June package is Thursday the 26th. Anything ordered after the 26th will have to just be an ASAP shipping, or you can put it into your July monthly shipping. So the last day to order and have it go into your monthly shipping package for June will be this Thursday, June 26th. So let's go camera down now and let me show you these things that I'm bringing to you from the package that I got from Stacy. So here is the first look, and again, we're going to do this unboxing style. So there was my smooth transition. Hopefully it was smooth. It will be unboxing style, and I will start off with the necklaces. But first, one that was not in this this lot from Stacy. This is a Steve Madden necklace that I've had for a while. It actually came in a craft lot a while back. I would love to give credit to who I got it from, but I don't remember who I got it from. It's been that long. But this looked like it was just worn to heck and back, and had so much what looked like tarnish, but so much that looks like unremovable tarnish or a lot of wear. I've even seen stuff that looked like it had copper showing through, and it was actually just dirt. So try a little polish, try a little bath if you have an ultrasonic cleaner, and it's a piece that can take that. But just try some kind of cleaning method first before you call something terribly worn beyond use, because some things can look like they are worn beyond use, but really just be dirty. So that's what happened here with this one. There was no shine at all on the back. And this chain, there was no shine on it as well, and it looked like a whole bunch of copper showing through, but it was really that, I thought it was bronze toned with a lot of copper underneath. That's how dirty it was. But it was actually this bright gold tone that was completely obscured with a bunch of just ick. So I cleaned all the ick off, and here we have these beautiful acrylic stones in shades of navy, and then you have these white rhinestones, little navy and yellow cabochons, and these sort of grayish white and buff colored ones there on this pretty bright gold tone chain. There's the Steve Madden hang tag right there, and it has a lobster clasp. The measurement on this is it's about a 7-inch drop, and you get about another, I think, 3 inches or so on the 2 inches on the extender here. But here is this pretty little piece, and we will do this one actually for $4. Actually, that bag is too small. So we're starting off with the necklaces. So for necklace, first necklace, N1, and we're going to do this one for $4. This Steve Madden statement necklace of navy and blue and white, or white-ish, sort of creamy colors. Remember, anything that you're interested in purchasing from this video, just contact me, skeeterjonesthings at gmail, and we will talk about it there. And again, the instructions or the information and details for monthly shipping are in the description of the video. So just go there, click the description, and near the top, right after it says thanks for watching, will be the details on monthly shipping. The last day to order for June monthly shipping is this Thursday, June 26th. This one cleaned up beautifully. It wasn't very dirty at all. This is the first piece that's actually from that lot from Stacy. Beautiful blue, teal blue colored faceted glass beads. And on one side, they're this teal blue. On the other side, they have this iridescent coating. And then brown thread, hand knotted all the way through. There's not a hang tag, so there's nobody to give credit to, and it's very, very long. It is definitely for layering. I'm measuring this right now. It is 29 inches on the drop. So 58 inches total length, but 29 inches on the drop. It just goes over your head, and you can double it up, or you can double it before you put it on, like this. And then wrap it around your neck. There are lots of different ways to do it. You can double it up, do it choker style, and put hold it together with a brooch, either in the front or in the back, if you want to have it layered up like that. You can do it single, still with the brooch, but just wrap it around your neck like this, and then clasp it together, clasp the two ends together with a brooch that way, and that'll make it a shorter necklace. And you can have the brooch hanging in the front or in the back. Or you could just knot it even. So many ways to wear a really long layering necklace. And these are gorgeous glass beads. This hand knotting is very, very good handiwork for whoever did that. The knots are close together, but they're not so stiff and tight and close together that the piece doesn't move. You may remember that I mentioned before in the previous video that a good sign of quality hand knotting is that the piece can still move. It's still got some flexibility. If everything is so pushed together so tightly that the piece is stiff and has no movement to it, then that's too tight for your hand knotting. You want to look for evenly spaced, tight enough to allow for movement and for the knots to be up against each bead, but not so tight that it makes the piece stiff. But this pretty string, 29-inch drop string of teal and iridescent glass faceted beads. We will do that one for $3, and that'll be number N3. And I'm going to be bumping the light box a lot, so if you see the little wiggling that you just now saw, that's what that is. That's just me bumping the light box. Okay, next, I talked about this piece during the unboxing. This pretty black and yellow. It reminds me of the little bumblebee girl from the No Rain video, and I think he even said from the 80s, but that song is from the 90s. But I really feel like this was added later. I really don't think this little flower is original to the necklace because the yellows are kind of different. And I don't know, the flower itself just to me looks like it's too different. I don't think it's original to the necklace. But when I got ready to start taking it off, I thought maybe somebody likes it and would like to keep it on there. So I will leave the flower on. But if you want the necklace, but you would rather the flower be removed, let me know when you purchase it, and then I'll be glad to remove the flower for you. But these are about 1/2 inch diameter acrylic beads. Have plain black and plain yellow. You have these faceted white ones, or clear but with a white center. And then these little sort of pave set, but they're not settings, I don't think. I believe the whole bead's just molded like this. You have the silver tone spacers in between, and then you have these faux pearl, and then the faceted black one, and the striped black and white one right there. So it's just a nice, fun little necklace. Great for summer. Very nice for summer. The drop on it, it's a short one. I think the drop on this is going to be about 7 or so inches. It's about a 7.5 inch drop. You better measure it with a toggle close. It has a toggle closure. Let's see. The drop is about 7 3/4. There's not an extender on it. It has a pretty little heart-shaped toggle closure, and that's just silver tone. It's just a sweet, nice piece right there. And we will do this pretty little acrylic black and yellow summer necklace. Let's see, let's do that one also for $4. And that's going to be number N3. I'm going to go until the video is about an hour long. So I don't know how many pieces of each thing I'm going to have. I have several pieces from different categories picked out here. This is not everything from that box from Stacy. This is, let me clasp this one. This is just a selection of things that I picked out that I thought might take an hour or so to video, and then whatever I don't do today, I'll do in another video. But here is this necklace, which looks very stunning on. I didn't try it on this way, but I can see this looking just very striking with like a black mock neck. It's sort of a shorter drop right here. And you have these 3 rows of snake chain. There's no extender. The spring ring closure, and look how bright. This looks new. Everything's just so bright and vivid. Then there's this gold tone loop right here of the interlocking circles, and that's the construction here on the back. But the effect that it gives, is this, like it loops around the neck and then, falls forward through this knot. I guess I'll just call that a knot. But it looks very, very striking on. It's very pretty. It ends with these, I can't remember what you would call these little end caps here, sort of bullet shaped. And those are about, I apologize for continuing to bump the sides of the light box. Some of it is my hands and some of it is my watch catching on the side of the box. These are around 4 inches long, the little ends that hang down. The drop right here, it's kind of a shorter drop. I'm thinking maybe about a 7 or 8 inch drop. It is 7 inches from here to the top of the knot. And the knot is about 2 inches, and then another 4 inches on the parts that hang down right here. This is gorgeous. It's very, very striking. It's sort of a statement piece, but not a loud statement piece. More of a I don't know if I'd really call it subtle either, but it's nice. It's a very nice, maybe a little understated, sort of. I'm having trouble with my adjectives for this necklace, but it is a very nice one, and striking is definitely the word I would use for that one. And that one is going to be number N4, and we're going to do N4 for $5. It just shined up so beautifully. It looks brand new. It doesn't have a hang tag or any kind of mark, so I don't know the maker, and it is gold tone. Okay, next, I might have to get my gem tester out because I forgot to get it out. Okay, this one has a maker. The hang tag on this next piece is Alfani, and it is snake chain. I'll go ahead and tell you about the extender. It's about 2 inches long, and then you have 2 strands of snake chain on each side, and there's no wear on this, by the way. It looks new. There's not even much scratching or anything like that on the lobster clasp. It comes all the way down, and you have 2 faux pearls here, and that's on each side. You have a faux pearl on each side, and then again, a little bit larger faux pearls. And you see that one of the snake chains is wider than the other. They come all the way down. Let's see, I have them overlapped incorrectly. There we go. And they all come down into this one larger faux pearl. And then the 4 strands come down all together out of the bottom of that larger one. And then you have faux pearls at the bottoms of each one of these. Did I say 4? Yeah, 1, 2, but there's only 3 that come out. Okay, so one of these 4 strands just terminates inside the faux pearl here, and then 3 come out the bottom with the faux pearls hanging at the bottom. So let me give you the measurements on that. I'll have to measure it out of the light box. This one's really pretty, just classic piece. It would be nice for layering too. It's a 12-inch drop. And then this the longest chain that's coming out of the bottom is 5.5 inches. And then you have a 12-inch drop from here to here. So 2 more inches right here on the extender. And this Alfani silver tone snake chain and faux pearl necklace. It's a beauty, and we're going to do that one for, we'll do that one for $3. And that's number N5 for $3. I'm going to need to get out my gem eye so that I can test some of these stones that I set aside. I'll be right back. Okay, now that I have the gem eye ready, it is warmed up and calibrated. You may remember this from the unboxing. I don't know what kind of cord this is. It might be silk, but this is maybe rose quartz, so I thought I would test that to make sure. It's a gorgeous necklace here. I believe this is going to be some kind of quartz. It goes up to, yeah, quartz, citrine, amethyst, or in the tanzanite aquamarine. I think it's more likely a member of the quartz family. This gorgeous detailed butterfly with graduated beads, and then these two beads as well. They're hand knotted in stations. Again, very good knotting right there. It's tight enough that they're not moving around. It looks aesthetically nice because the beads are close to, or the knots are close to the beads, but it's not so tight that it's stiff. Even within these little stations, there's enough room for some movement. And you have the same types of stations going all the way up. And then a little bit of adjustability right here, because you've got this bolo type closure. You just pull on it there to make it longer, or you can pull these two beads here to tighten it up a little bit. The drop on this at its shortest is 13 inches, and at its longest, I'll have to do that outside of the light box. At its longest, the drop on it is about 15.5 inches. The measurements on the butterfly, well, the entire pendant from the top to the bottom is about 3 inches. The butterfly itself, from the highest part of the wing to the lowest part of the wing, is about 1.5 inches. But this is a beautiful, beautiful piece. Nice boho look, very feminine and light. It's not coming through exactly true to color. It's very, very faintly pink. I'm not really seeing, well, I don't know, barely pink. That's absolutely beautiful. All of the detail here on the butterfly, down to the little spots and the little veins. Again, great knot work. And the beads are all just beautiful. Very beautiful piece. The little bolo closure itself is very nicely done. You can see that that's some quality handiwork as well. And this little beautiful piece, we're going to do this one for, see, let's stick with the $4, and this is going to be number N6, I believe. Yes, N6. And that's going to be for $4 for the butterfly quartz necklace. And then we have another quartz, I think, quartz necklace coming up next. Right here, this one has this nice security closure. Like that. Very bright, very pretty, and in perfect working shape. You have these little black glass beads. Probably glass, I'll test them too, but even if they're a stone, they still might show up as glass. And then these little gold tone spacers in between. So let's test this and see exactly what we have, or at least get an idea of what we have. Let's do it on the screen here. So quartz on these pink stones, which are, they have just a little more color than that butterfly. And then here on these black ones, they're showing up glass, high in the glass range, which they could be glass. They could also be obsidian or onyx. They're probably not onyx, I don't think. If they were any stone, if there were any stone besides glass, or instead of glass, it would probably be some obsidian, which is volcanic glass. But here are the nice beads, a bright gold tone security clasp, and then the alternating silver tone, a gold tone, and black and quartz beads. That one's very pretty, very feminine, nice for summer, nice summery colors. This one is a little bit longer than some of the ones we were looking at earlier. This is a 9.5 inch drop. Absolutely beautiful. And we will do this one also for $4. This is going to be number N7. So when you contact me, if you're interested in purchasing anything, make sure you just include the number of the item you want with the letter and the number. And that's all you have to include. A little description will help me find it quicker, but just the number is sufficient if that's all you want to put. This little piece. Okay, you may remember this one. I said that it looked like bubbles. These are hollow glass. And there was one that was broken, and I actually found the piece that broke off of it. There we go, right here. I found the piece down in the bottom of the box that was broken off of this. So I can just finish breaking this away, and then so it will be symmetrical. Well, I don't know, it's already not symmetrical. Maybe I can restring this or do something with it. But I'll definitely take off this broken one because that is a glass. Wouldn't want anyone to get cut. But if you're interested in something made from this, or you're just interested in having it after I take off this broken one, you can, yeah, I'll offer this one up. I'll offer this one up for $2, but I will make something out of this if it doesn't sell. Or, I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting some ideas for that. It really just looks like a bunch of bubbles. I better quit before it cuts my hand. This one is going to be number N7. And I will just do this one for $2. Let me give you some measurements. I realized I didn't give you all the information about that one. I was just getting mesmerized by the bubbles. It's very lightweight, and it is a glass. I don't know if I told you that. These are glass. That's why I was concerned about getting cut. Let's see, without the extender, this one has a drop, as it is now, of about 7 inches. And then it has quite a generous extender, about 3 inches long there on the extender. Let me remeasure. So without the extender, yeah, it's about 7.5 inches without the extender. And these are purple, like a pastel lavender purple, and then the others are clear. So you can buy it as is for $2. If it doesn't sell, I might make something with it. Before I send it to you though, if you buy it as is, I will remove the broken bead first. And let's see, MNG, that's the brand on this one. I'll stop. I have a lot more than 10 necklaces sitting here, but I'll stop at 10, I think, just so I can get to the other pieces and show you some other things besides jewelry. This is gorgeous. I won't be testing the metal here because it is marked right there, 925. And I don't really have any reason to doubt that it actually is sterling. Actually, it's good to test. I am going to test. I'll be right back. I was trying to be lazy because I hadn't brought my testing things with me. So I'm trying to make myself be accountable. So we'll do the clasp here at the top. Actually, that clasp may not be sterling after all. It is not quite as silvery of a scratch as I would expect. Get a snake chain. Oh my goodness. I am glad I tested this after all. The chain looks very coppery on the scratch. And then this little element here, let's look at that. Yeah, it's a little bit golden colored too. Glad I tested after all. You have to do that because these things will lie. The hang tags will lie sometimes. Yep, there's no sterling in that. So glad I checked that for you. So this is not sterling after all. This is genuine pearls. They're sort of a rosy color. Yes, and those are sterling or genuine. Sort of a little bit oblong, teardrop shaped almost. Silver tone chain, even though it is stamped right here, 925. But that is, that's a fibber. That's not actually 925. Remember, we checked the clasp and the chain and this little sort of bolo element right there, which doesn't move. It's a station. And then these two little pearls hang at alternating lengths. The drop on this one is 8.5 inches. The little pearl danglies here are about 1.5 inches long. And the pearls are genuine, but the silver, the chain is just silver tone. And because it is marked sterling, but is actually only silver tone, I'm going to just do this one for, let's say it's going to be number N8. And we're just going to do that one for $3 just because of the genuine pearls and because I feel bad about the little fake 925. So glad I tested that. Okay, number N9. Let's do this. This is gorgeous. It's these mint green glass beads that have this glittery gold and sort of opaque glass inside the beads. And then they're hand knotted again with this quality knot work. And then you have bead caps separating the knots even. Lots of pretty details on these. This is just beautiful. These are all glass beads. Matte gold tone on your lobster clasp and your crimp. The lobster clasp is in perfect working condition. there's no extender on it, and the length is about 11 inches. And that's beautiful. Very beautiful. We're going to do that one. That's going to be number N9 again. And we will do that one also for $3. I also sell on eBay, but my prices in my videos will be where you get the deals. When something doesn't sell from video and then I end up listing it, it's going to be a lot of times 50% higher or more once I list it on my eBay store. Okay, this is a stone. It's different shades of cream and gray and slate on this gold tone paper clip chain. Let's see, I'll clip it all the way down here so that we can get a good drop measurement and extender measurement. The drop on it is about 8.5 inches down to here. Then you have this loop or this big ring, and then the sort of teardrop hexagonal pendant. All together, that is about 2.5 inches. And it's about 1.25 inches across this way. So let's get the gem-eye back in here and see what this stone is. I don't think it's actually glass, but that is what it's registering. Okay, it is working properly calibrated. There we go. Okay, it runs up to glass, but it might be glass. I really don't think it is. I think it's some kind of stone. But this gold tone is very bright. There's no wear, there's no tone loss. There's not a maker's mark on it. Very elegant and pretty. I love this sort of thicker, heavier paper clip chain. And the stone hanging down from this ring just gives it a nice look. That's beautiful. And for number N10, where'd my Sharpie go? There it is. There I am hitting the light box again. Okay, for number N10, we're going to do this one for $4. It's just beautiful. I love that one. So N10 for $4. Now I have more necklaces sitting here, but since we've done 10 necklaces, I'm going to move on to earrings just to make sure I have a chance to represent all the different kinds of jewelry. So surely you will remember these. Brand new on the card, J. Crew. Let's see, is there an original price? No, there's just a made in Italy right there. But these look like water almost. They're just lucite earrings. These hoops are about 1.5 inches across from outside to outside, 1.5 inches across. Gold tone clutch backs. Brand new on the card, and they look new. They're not scratched or scuffed or anything. They're absolutely beautiful. And we are going to do these J. Crew lucite earrings. They're going to be number E1 for earrings, the first pair of earrings. We are going to do those for $6, brand new J. Crew lucite earrings. Okay, number 2. These are, to me, they remind me of Kirk's Folly. These are not Kirk's Folly, but they remind me of just the fun designs that you find in that brand. These crescent moons with the little star hanging down in the middle, another star up above, open work all through the moon and rhinestones in the stars. There's the back. These are large, but they're not heavy, so they won't feel uncomfortable if you don't like heavy earrings. There's a lot of movement on these. The star right there and the moon move separately from each other. And then the post is on this top star here. And there we are. You can see the back right there, the post. These are large, as I said, but not heavy. From the top of the star to the bottom of the moon is about 3 inches. And across the moon is about 1.5 inches. Super pretty, very fun if you like celestial type designs. Right there, and you have sort of a Kirk's Folly look. And we are going to say for earrings number 2, let's do those for $3. Love those. They are so pretty. Okay, moving along. Let's see, these are the clear Huxtable earrings. I can't find the match to it. Well, I'm looking for the match to that right there. So I don't know why I can't find it. Here it is. I moved it over to a different spot to take the thumbnail. Okay. So these remind me of Claire Huxtable. I said that when I did the unboxing. Very 80s here. Very 80s. Here's the sort of brutalist hammered gold tone around the outside. And then these fuchsia and red stones in the middle. And open work behind. There's the back. These are unbranded. They don't have backs because I took the backs that came with them off, and I will put new backs on them. They are about 1.5 inches long and about an inch or so, 1.25 inches maybe, to 1 inch across this way, and about 1.5 inches lengthwise. Very pretty on those, and we're going to do those for, let's see, that's earrings number 3. Let's do those for $2. Very pretty, very pretty. Okay, next are these little Chanel imposters. They're not fake Chanel. They're not like marked or branded or anything like that. So they're not Chanel fakers. They just have the Chanel look with this quilted gold tone design right here. And they are pierced. And again, I removed the backs that came with them, and I'll put new backs on them. They're very lightweight, about 1 inch across. Tapered hoops that are wider right here in the front, and then they get narrow toward the post end and toward the bottom end. And just simple gold tone and very, very pretty. A nice little elegant look. And we will do those for, oops, these are earrings number 4. Let's just do those for $1. They're very lightweight. They have a very nice little simple refined look to them with a little gold quilted design. Okay, E5, or the 5th pair of earrings with these little grape clusters. I did test these later after I unboxed them that day to make extra sure these weren't sterling, and they're not. They are probably pewter, but they're these little, just different sizes of hollow beads. These are very, very lightweight. Not, I don't know, not that they feel cheap, but they're just lightweight. They won't be heavy on your ears. Just different sizes of these beads. Silver tone hooks. There's the construction. They're just individually attached. Right there. And they just remind me of clusters of grapes. But there they are. And these are earrings number 5. And we're going to do those. Let's do those for $3. Those are really cute and really fun. This is actually a way to have a look of sterling without the weight of sterling. Like some bigger earrings that look like they could be sterling, but you wouldn't have the additional weight. If they were sterling, they would be heavier at this size. All right, so number E6. I'm going to go ahead and write that down so I don't forget. Earrings number 6 are these Sarah Cove, which are beautiful. These are so adorable. They're about an inch. Well, they're about an inch in each direction. Not precisely an inch, because then they would be circles, and they're not circles, they're ovals. But roughly about an inch across, and maybe about an inch and a quarter, inch and an eighth long. And there's your Sarah Cove right there. The clips are in great condition. They're nice and snug. There's no wear, no tone loss. All of the stones are there. This is not glitter. It's just the surface is like that to make it glittery. The rhinestones are nice and bright. You have golden, sort of a golden yellow color, pink, this sort of aubergine eggplant color, and then this topaz blue. And then these polished raised designs of the gold tone. Those are so pretty. Probably vintage. Definitely vintage. Sarah Cove earrings. E6. We're going to do those for $6. And those are absolutely gorgeous. These would be perfect with a little summer dress. Wear to a wedding shower, baby shower, to a wedding, all the summer activities you do. That's E6. So the 7th pair of earrings is these J. Crew little flowers. I can't find the match because I had to move that one also to make the thumbnail. There it is. Okay. And I think these are new. They're gold tone. And there's the J. Crew mark right there. Oh, it's upside down. So there's the J. Crew mark. And these didn't have backs. Or maybe they did and I took them off. So then maybe they're not new. Okay, it's a little bit of dirt on there. I thought there was a crack in the enamel, but it isn't a crack. It was just a thread or a piece of lint lying on there. But these are so delicate and pretty, and talk about your little feminine summertime events. That's what this would be for. These are about an inch and an eighth across. with bright, shiny rhinestones right in the middle. Gold tone, nice, lightweight, with this cream-colored enamel on the petals. Those are so beautiful, and they will get brand new backs. And we are going to do those. Let's do those for $5 for the J. Crew enamel gold tone flower earrings. It's working out great to go ahead and number these ahead of time. So the 8th pair of earrings will be these here. Any that I show you that don't have backs on them, it's because I took the backs off, and I will be putting new backs on them. There we go. Here's what these look like. Lots of movement in these, and they're very long. These are 3 inches. Yeah, these are about 3 inches long. Matte gold tone, shiny gold tone, and you can see a little bit of scratching there on the surface. Lots of life left in these though. Movement at all the levels. Little half circles, and then this little full circles at the top and at the bottom, and then 2 little half circles in the middle. Matte gold tone here and here, and then the rest of them are the shiny gold tone. And those are cute, very cute. Fun and fancy. Let's see, we'll do these for, let's do those for $3 for earrings number 8. We're getting pretty far with this. I'm going to do very minimal editing. I know I say that every time, and then I'm midnight uploading the thing. So that's number E8. Then let's go to earrings number 9. And just like with the necklaces, I have more than 10 pairs of earrings, but I'm only going to do 10, and then I'm going to move on so we can see some of the other things that I have here, the bracelets and things. Okay, these are faux lapis. This is all acrylic, and we have this faux green stone, these little white rhinestones, and then gold tone findings and settings. And I did not take these backs off, but I will be taking those off. There's a tiny little maker's mark that I cannot identify. If I identify it before I upload, then here, that's what I'm trying to focus on right there. So I can't really tell what that is, but I'll put it on the screen if I come up with the maker for these before I upload. But there they are. These are really, really pretty. They are about 1.5 inches long. I love the combination of the green and blue together with the gold tone, setting off those colors. And the teardrops, have movement in those. There they are. Can't really see the color as well when it's far away like that. But there they are, just deep, rich color. And they did a good job at faking the lapis. It has the little flecks in it of the sort of golden colored flecks that real lapis would have. And I'm not sure what kind of stone this green would be imitating. But there those are. Super, super pretty. And let's just say $3 for those, number E9. And then we'll go on to the 10th pair of earrings before we move on to the next thing. The 10th pair of earrings are these that I thought were just gorgeous. They have some wear on them, but sometimes, in my opinion, something that's got some wear and just shows the life that it has lived, adds to it. And the wear you can see is on the tips of the leaves right here. It looks almost like it could be intentional. I don't think it is intentional, but it looks almost like it could be. These are acrylic, these little beads here. And the little tips and edges of all the settings are also sort of worn right there with the gold tone. These little beads are missing out of the middle, but honestly, again, I started to replace them and thought that looks kind of pretty with that lighter colored metal underneath. If you're interested in these, but you want beads right there, let me know and I'll do that for you. But otherwise, these are going to just be as is. They have this really pretty Victorian look to them, this floral Victorian. There's not a maker on them. There's the construction on the back. I just think these are really sweet, even though they show their wear. You know, it's just like people when we show, you know, our wrinkles and all that. That's just, you know, it's part of living the life we've lived. About 2 inches long on these. And they show the life that they've lived. But to me, that adds to their beauty. But again, I will, if you're interested in these, but you want a stone right there, I will do that for you. Just let me know when you contact me about these earrings. And again, how you would contact me about anything in the video is skeeterjonesthings@gmail.com, and we will talk about it there. See, we'll do these for $3, and then we'll make it 4 if you want beads added right there to the top. And that is number 10 on the earrings. So let's go to the bracelets now. I'll move all my earrings out of the way. Now I did necklaces and earrings separately, but bracelets, pendants, rings, brooches, all of those are one category together. So I'm going to pile all of these up here in the corner. And I don't even know how many are there, but again, I'm going to stop at 10. So if everything doesn't get shown, then it'll just come back next week. All right, so here we go. First, this Kate Spade clamper. I did not polish this yet. I meant to, but I had it in the wrong place, so I didn't remember to polish it. And where I'm talking about polishing is, this is how you open this, when you push down and then pull it apart. The inside needs some polishing right there. I think that can all be taken care of with my right polish. I may do a short about that if this doesn't sell. This is going to be an as-is, since I'm not showing it to you post-polish, and I don't know if the polish may harm this gold tone. Sometimes it will if you don't know what the base metal is or what the tone is made of. But I am going to attempt to polish this. So as is, let's do this Kate Spade bangle where it has this cutout right there. And I meant to show you the signature when I had it open. There's the Kate Spade New York right there. We're going to do this one for $8. And this will be bracelet number 1 for $8. If it polishes up without, if it doesn't sell here and then it polishes up nicely without it damaging, then I'll be listing this one for $16. Okay, next, bracelet number 2. We have some more testing to do. I wonder if everything's going to fit in here. Okay, let's give this a try and see what all of these are. Oh. That's one thing with the Gemini. If your needle slips, then if your probe slips off of what you're testing, the needle will go all the way back down, and you have to wait a second and try again. So you kind of need a steady hand when you're using the Gemini. Okay, this goes to quartz, citrine, amethyst, and to the tanzanite aquamarine. This clear one is probably a quartz. Okay, it goes pretty high in the quartz line. This sort of opaque yellowish, let's see what that is. Let's wait a second and give that a try again. I don't know what happened there. The garnet tourmaline iolite is where that one goes, that little opaque yellow. Then we got this opaque, very light green. And it goes into the tanzanite aquamarine, barely touching the quartz citrine amethyst. And so we've already done, let's try this brownish one. Tanzanite aquamarine is what I'll call that one. And then this sort of brighter green one, let's try it. Okay, it lit up at the top, if you saw that, into the jadeite area. So this is probably some jadeite in this brighter green bead here. Let's try the other bright green one and see what happens with it. Okay, so it's going to stay in that quartz citrine amethyst line. But this is a nice stretch bracelet. It has plenty of good stretch left on it. Genuine stones. That's very pretty. It stretches, but without being stretched at all, it sits at a 7, almost a 7. And this one is bracelet number 2. And we'll do that one for $2. Okay. This one is fun, and this one is going to have a really good price on it. It's just acrylic beads, little fun pieces of colored dyed shell. The stretch is great. This probably just came from like a beach souvenir shop. This is not silver tone. This is a plastic, metallic plastic on these beads here. You have a key, a butterfly, and a leaf. And then these 3 here, faceted acrylic beads. And the rest is just dyed pieces of shell. It's just cute and fun for your trip to the beach. It's a size about 6. Yeah, I'd call that a 6, but it does stretch, and the stretch is great. It has lots of really good stretch left in it. And we're just going to do this one for $1. Bracelet number 3 for $1. Okay, now let's do this. Okay, Hannah from Hannah's Heirlooms replied on my unboxing. I didn't know what type of chain this is, and it is wheat chain, and you can just look at it and tell why. But this is called wheat chain. This is a silver tone toggle, And it cleaned up, polished up beautifully. Has all of these different silver tone and gold tone beads. That one has some little texture and design on it. They'll have sort of a hammered finish on the beads. This sort of antiqued finish on the toggle. And then this little, whatever you call this, sort of bead arrangement here on the end next to the closure. I meant to take a closer look at, where did I just see that? Cannon? Let me look closer at that. Okay, so I looked closer, and it's right here on the ring as well, on the toggle, right here on the bottom, and then it's on the bar as well. And it looks like it either says Canon or Dannon, like the yogurt, but I couldn't really make it out clearly. So I am going to treat it as though it's just unbranded. And if you end up getting this really nice brand name, then you'll get a great deal. But it has some nice weight to it. It's very well made and very pretty. This is somewhat what it would look like on. Of course, I'm not going to clasp it on me, but I love the chain. That chain is just beautiful. And it has some really, really nice weight to this piece. There is no adjustability to it, of course, since it's a toggle with no extender. It's about a 7 1/4 to 7 1/2. And because of all this nice weight on that one, oh, that bag's too small. See if I can back out just a little bit. There we go. We'll do this one. This is bracelet number 4. And we'll do it for $4. And I think that is really a steal of a deal on that. That you can tell this is a very good quality just by feeling it. There you go, bracelet number 4 for $4. Let's see, do we even have any more bracelets? Okay, we'll do this one here. It's silver tone, or let's give that silver a try. What does that scratch look like? I don't know, it looks kind of promising. These are not any kind of tone or metal. These are just tiny pearls right here, but we're going to try to get a scratch on this little bead. That looks like a nice scratch as well. And then the rings here on the end. There we go. So let's see what the 18K acid shows us for these. And we are looking at some sterling. That's nice because I already know that these are little freshwater chocolate pearls. So that's what we're looking at, is a sterling and genuine pearl bracelet. Yes, with little tiny, tiny pearls here. Your toggle clasp and the little separator beads are all sterling. Or, well, this first one was, so you can assume that the rest of them are. They all look the same. And then the rings here on the end are also sterling, and you have a little bit of adjustability because you have two rings right there or right here. On the larger size, it comes to about a 7.5. On the smaller size, I just saw a mark too on the bar. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. On the smaller size, it comes to about a 7.25. So let's look and see what this bar says on it. Here it is. Maybe just China. Yeah, just China 925. But here we go, chocolate pearls. Little freshwater pearls with sterling settings. This one is going to be, we're going to do that one for $10, and that's going to be bracelet number 5. Good deal. I'll be listing that. If it doesn't sell here, I'll be listing this for $20 on my eBay store. Okay, let's do a ring. Here's a stretch ring with very good stretch still left in it. All of these little stones are there. I was about to say they're prong set, but I think it's just sort of faux prong settings. And those actually might be crystals because of all that sparkle. It's about, let's see, 1.25 inches maybe, 1.5 inches this way. Then you have some stretch. The size on it, I lost my mandrel. It's about a size 7, but it has some stretch, but then of course when it stretches you're going to see some separation right there. That won't show on the top, see, but just know that if it would bother you to have those gaps, then the smallest you would be able to go on this, or the biggest you would be able to go on this, would be about a size 7 to 7.25. And that's what that looks like on. It's very pretty. I don't see any tone loss on it or any wear. This one could be new. I don't really even see much in the way of scratching. And there's not a name on it. So our first ring, ring number 1, we will do that one for $3. Remember, anything you're interested in, if you haven't already made a purchase this month, make sure you let me know if you want ASAP shipping or monthly. But of course, the last day to order anything for monthly shipping is the June 26th, this coming Thursday, and you'll need to have the entire transaction complete by Thursday in order to have it shipped in monthly shipping. This is a size about 5.75. It doesn't quite hit the size 6 mark, which is that one right there. So I'd say a 5.75 on this. This is a sterling ring. Sterling, Mexico, it says right there. There's 925, and then right there is the Mexico mark. Very pretty. I thought it was Taxco when I first saw it, just because it has that artistic look that you find in Taxco, but this is not. It doesn't have the little extra markings that identify it as that. but it is Mexican sterling, which is always nice sterling. And we will do this one. Let's see, this is going to be ring number 2. And we'll do that one also for $10. It'll list for $20 if it doesn't sell here. Okay, so that was 5, 6, 7. This is number 8 from this little section. But it's going to be, let's see, this will be ring number 3. This little brass owl. He was misshapen. The ring part right here was smushed in, and I corrected that. This feels like all brass. It has all this texture and detail throughout the owl's face. The sizes are, or dimensions are, roughly 1 inch across and about 3/4 of an inch vertically. Little brown rhinestones for the eyes. And I think I didn't give a size for it, did I? Oh, I didn't. It's a size 8 and about 1/4. And he's a cutie. Just sort of this antiqued bronze or antiqued brass sort of look to him. That's beautiful. I really love that. Some people really like their critter jewelry. He's cute. He's going to be, let's see, ring number 3. And we're going to do him for $4. Okay, and now another critter. We'll do the little brass bunny rabbit, and this one was also misshapen a little bit right here on the bottom, and I corrected that. There's also not a maker on this one. I don't remember if I mentioned that on the previous one on the owl, but there wasn't a maker on him either. There's all kinds of texture here, little rhinestones, or I think those are probably faux marcasites, and the little red rhinestone eyes. He even has like his little nose and mouth on there. Lots of detail on this little guy. He's smaller than the owl. Let's see. He's heavy. He's quite heavy. So is the owl. The rabbit here is heavier than the owl, though. Let's get a size on him. He is right about a size 7 and 1/4 to a 7.5. Lots of detail on him. He has some weight and he's very pretty. And I believe that's brass on our little bunny rabbit. And he's going to be ring number 4, is that right? Yeah, he's going to be ring number 4. And we're going to do him also for $4. And we will just finish the rest of these items here, and then that will be the end of the video. This is, it can be a pendant. You can thread a scarf through there. You could hang this on a keychain. You could do lots with this. I doubt highly that this is sterling, but let's check it out just to make sure. Okay, yeah, see that coppery scratch? That is not sterling. But it has the look maybe of pewter. I like this paisley design on it. It kind of, waves around from the top to the bottom. Overall, it's got this pretty teardrop shape. The size is 2 inches. And then across its widest part right here, it's about 1.5 inches across the widest part. That's really pretty. That would easily, this is very versatile. It could be, as I said, it could be a pendant. It could be, you could throw it on your key ring. You could throw it on your purse charm clip, run a scarf through it. This is a beautiful and very, very versatile piece. I really, really like this one. I wish it had a name, but there is no maker on it. Very, very pretty. I really don't even know what to call it. I'm going to call it, I guess, a pendant. So, you know what? I'll throw it in with, yeah, I'll just call it a pendant. Pendant number 1, even though there is only one pendant, maybe. And we'll do that one for just $2. This one would be a nice investment. Just leave that sitting in your jewelry box, and whatever you need it to be, it can be. That's a really good, just standard piece to have around for when you need just the right thing and nothing else is fitting the bill. You can pull that out of your jewelry box and it can be the jack of all trades for you. The reason I wasn't sure about pendant is because this one is a pendant and a brooch. It's porcelain and it looks like it used to be something else because there's this something else on the back right here. I thought this may be hand painted, but I looked closer, and I'll try to drop a picture in if I remember to, but I took a very close-up picture of this, and you can see the little telltale signs that it's actually screen printed. And I'll try to drop a picture in of that close-up over here, but it's still pretty regardless. It's on porcelain, this little floral picture of, I'm not sure what all these flowers are, but then you've got this floral design, open work design around the edge. There's the construction on the back. I thought there would be a name here, but there's not any kind of maker's identification at all on this. It's vintage. I can tell by the type of mounting that the pin back is on. And then you've got the little loop here for it to be a pendant as well. It's large. Let's see, it's over 2 inches, I think. It's 2.5 inches lengthwise, and it is about 2 inches exactly across. So 2.5 by 2. Very pretty, very, very pretty and delicate and feminine. And we will, let's see, I need another bag for that. We're gonna put this in, oh, that's what I did before, pendants and brooches. So we're gonna put in pendants and brooches. We're gonna call it 2. Well, that last one will be number 1. Pendant and brooch number 2. And we will do this one for, let's do this one for $3. That's very pretty. If you like a traditional type of look, I made the I made the opening come open, or made the pin come open. Because I'm trying to squeeze it into a bag it won't fit in. So let me just get a bigger bag. And it's going to be, again, pendants and brooches number 2. And what did we say on that? $3. This bag will be a better fit. Let me close that pin. And then now for pendants and brooches number 3. And let me go ahead while I'm looking at it and make this number 1. Even though it doesn't have a brooch back, I'm going to put it in the same category. Pendant and brooch 1 is $2. Okay, so now getting back to where we are. Another one of these, it's porcelain. That looks like it used to be something else. This one, and I'll try to put a close-up of it right here as well, but this one looks like it probably is hand-painted because it doesn't have those little marks that kind of show that something is screen printed. But it's the two ladies sitting there, telling their secrets or something in the park, in the garden. But it's got this open work floral design all the way around, and then it's mounted in there. It's got this very slight dome shape. The last one had that as well. And the same sort of vintage mounting for the pin. And then an open back, and again, no maker's mark. It has enough weight to it that it just feels like quality, and that's the case with the last one too. It had some weight to it as well. And the measurement on this is about 1.5 inches by about 1.25 inches. Very, very pretty. And it is Pendants and Brooches number 3. And let's see, what was that last one? The last one was $4. We'll do this one. Was it 4? No, it was 3. We'll do this one for 3 also. Very beautiful. And there's lots more to come from this box from Stacy, but that's everything for now. I still have, all of these things that I pulled out and didn't even get to. So maybe we'll show these next time, or not next time. I'm going to show the friend mail next time, I think. And I'll be opening that and filming it as soon as I'm finished right here with this one. Thank you for joining me, and if you enjoyed the content, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with a friend who you think might also enjoy it, and leave me a comment. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.